Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rohita. Today I'll be talking about breastfeeding and how to continue breastfeeding while you're working. I am a proud mommy of two beautiful boys. One is 4.5-year-old and the other one is 6-month old. So how am I continuing my breastfeeding journey while I'm working? So my first postpartum was very horrible because I was a first time mom with zero practical knowledge about latching or positioning. Plus, I had a lot of mental stress, anxiety, and harassment from my closed ones, because of which my lactation went down. By the time I realized that the lactation was going down, it was already 6 weeks old, and my baby had lost significant amount of weight. That's when I read multiple blogs and watched multiple blogs about breastfeeding, and pumping came to my rescue because my latching was not proper. Because of pumping, my supply was somehow maintained, but it could not reach up to the mark because it was already delayed, that is 6 weeks old. Usually breast milk supply gets established by 15 to 20 days. After that, it is difficult to reach the mark. So I put my baby on mixed feeding. He was on 60% breast milk and 40% formula milk. Slowly he started gaining weight. But every time relatives came and commented about my breastfeeding journey or pumping, my heart usually sank. And ultimately my supply did not reach up to the mark, and I could mixed feed him for up to 6 months. Second time I was very well prepared for all of this. So my latching improved, my positioning improved. I could breastfeed my second baby very nicely. And I stayed away from negative people and negative comments, which is very important. And I also continued pumping as well, because of which I could donate around 3 to 5 liters of breast milk to the needy babies. So this time my lactation was so good that I have around 3 to 4 months of breast milk stash in my freezer if at all I stop my breastfeeding. So why should you know about pumping? So we Indian women, especially who are working, we either stop breastfeeding when we start working, or we either stop working till the baby goes to school, which can be a major career setback. This is where pumping comes to the rescue, because breastfeeding or pumping, it depends on demand and supply chain. The more you pump, the more you feed, the body produces more milk. But once you start working, your breastfeeding might either stop, or you breastfeed less often when you're not at work. That might also affect the demand supply chain, and your breast milk supply goes down. That is why we Indian working women cannot breastfeed for long years. So for working women, I strongly recommend breast pumping. So for this, there are some rules. First one, you have to pump when you start working. Second one, you need to introduce the bottle as early as 3 months to the baby, or there may be problems of nipple confusion. Next thing is, what choice of pump should I use? See, there are two types of pump. One is a manual pump and the other one is electric pump. So for exclusive pumping, or those who want to continue breast pumping for long, I would definitely recommend double-breasted electric pumps. For especially the hospital grade ones, the suction pressure will be very good. Under electric pumps, there are again two types. One is wearable pump and the other one is fixed pump. Wearable pumps are those where there are no attachments or tubings. You can wear them and do your household chores, and they are good to go when you are traveling. But they come with a con, that is, your suction pressure will not be sufficient to maintain the milk supply. So better to keep it apart only while traveling. Whereas fixed pumps, they come with tubes and attachments, so you have to sit at a place for 20 to 30 minutes till you pump for each session. But they come with a very good hospital grade suction pressure, and these are the pumps which I recommend for those who want to exclusive pump after 6 months. Next, what brands should you choose? I recommend Spectra S1 or S2 fixed pump, or Medela fixed pump. under wearable pump, I recommend an Indian brand which is Bump to Baby. These are completely non-sponsored recommendations which are tried and tested. Now you have started pumping. So how to go about it? What should be the suction pressure which should be kept? See, if the pressure is too low, then the supply will not be adequate. The milk doesn't come out. If the pressure is too high, then you will end up hurting your nipples and the nipples can become sore. So the pressure should be such that you should be comfortable with enough milk coming out. So it is completely subjective. So start pumping from the stimulation mode and then go for expression mode. That is the physiological way how the baby suckles as well. So how frequent do you need to pump? See, for the first 3 months, I recommend pumping every 2 to 3 hourly for 15 to 20 minutes. And after 3 months, you can increase the interval period to 4 to 6 hours. But the pumping, each session time should be around 15 to 20 minutes, not more than 30 minutes. Again, you will end up hurting nipple if you pump more than 30 minutes. That should be the limit. Next, so how to pump at work? So clean all the pump pads with soap and water, sterilize them and carry it to the workplace. There, after each pumping session, you need to clean the pads with sterile wipes. Many wipes are available in the market and they are easily available. So soon after pumping is over, you clean them with the sterile wipes and you store the milk in bottles in an ice box. That is also very easily available in the market and you're good to go for 12 hours. Next is how to feed the baby. Some prefer giving freshly pumped milk as soon as possible if the workplace is nearby, or you're able to go to your home in between your work. But sometimes if you're tied up and your workplace is very far away, then for those mommies I would recommend something called as pitcher method or 24-hour method for feeding, where you collect all the milk in the 24 hours in a glass jar and you keep it in the fridge, and every time you want to feed the baby, pour it to the bottle, warm it up and feed the baby, give it to the baby. What is the take home message that I would recommend for all the working mothers? Stay healthy, eat healthy and stay away from negative people. Don't stop breastfeeding. Pump is always there for the rescue. So start pumping when you are at workplace and give that milk to the baby. Exclusive pumping is equivalent to exclusive breastfeeding. So remove that mom guilt from your mind. Breastfeed as long as possible. Breast pump as long as possible. Happy parenting. Thank you.